x raised to the power of 6 equals x minus 1 bracket raised to the power of 6. Find x. Hi there, welcome back. This is Daily Mathematics, and I really want to thank you and appreciate you for liking the video, subscribing to the channel. I really want to appreciate you for that. Now back to the question. We have this interesting question here. X raised to the power of 6 equals x minus 1 bracket raised to the power of 6. Solution, what do we do? And we are asked to find x. So the first thing we're going to do is to bring this one, to move it from this side to this other part of the equation. How? We have x raised to the power of 6. Now, so I'm moving it out, it's carrying a plus sign. When we are moving it here, it becomes minus x minus 1 raised to the power of 6 equals 0. When we move it here, it remains 0. That's why we are putting that. So what's now the next thing to do? So from here we have x, we know x raised to the power of 6. We can say 6 is 3 raised to the power of 2, right? So we can say x raised to the power of 3 times 2, right, minus x minus 1 raised to the power of 3 times 2 equals 0, right? So you remember when we have a raised to the power of m n, it can be equal to a raised to the power of m raised to the power of n, or a raised to the power of n raised to the power of m, right? So what can be x raised to the power of 3 raised to the power of 2 minus x minus 1 raised to the power of 3, right, raised to the power of 2 equals 0, right? And it can also be x raised to the power of 2 raised to the power of 3, right? Or we have a double bracket here, x minus 1 bracket 2 raised to the power of 3, right? So we can have equals to 0. So we can have this or this, right? So we can go with anyone. So you can use any one of your choice. I would want to use this first one here, which is x raised to the power of 3 raised to the power of 2 minus bracket x minus 1 raised to the power of 3 raised to the power of 2 equals 0. So from here we can see differences of two squares, here and here, squares here and here. So when we have a squared minus b squared, it will give us a plus b and a minus b, right? And so we can see this is our a, this is value for a, and this is value for b, right? Now how do we go about it? So it gives us x raised to the power of 3, right, plus x raised to the power of minus 1, right, raised to the power of 3, bracket x raised to the power of 3 minus bracket x minus 1 raised to the power of 3, right, equals 0. You must not forget that, equals 0. So what's the next thing to do? So from here we can see each bracket will what equate to 0, right? Because it is a 0 that is here. That means it was a number that is able to found the factors, and each bracket will be equated to each factor, right? So because it's 0 here, so we equate each bracket. So we have the x raised to the power of 3 plus x minus 1 bracket 3 equals 0, or x raised to the power of 3 minus x minus 1 raised to the power of 3 equals 0, right? So we assume this is case 1 and this is case 2, right? So we take that this is case 1 and case 2, right? So what's the next thing to do? So from here we can see cube, right? If we are to start with case 1, let's start with case 1. If we are to solve case 1, right? So we can see cube, summation of two cubes. When we have a cube plus b cube, it gives us a plus b, and a squared plus ab plus b squared, right? That's what it gives us. So and we know that this is our a here and this is our b here. So let's do that. So from here we do x plus x minus 1, right, bracket x squared plus ab, that's this times this, that's x times x minus 1, right, plus b squared, that's what, x minus 1 squared, right? That's for case 1. So let's do this. So we have x plus x minus 1, right, bracket x squared plus x times x, we open this bracket, x squared minus x times 1 x plus x minus 1 squared. Now what does x minus 1 squared give us? X minus 1 squared give us it gives us x squared minus 2x plus 1, right? That's what it gives us. So let's open it. X plus x gives us 2x minus 1, gives us 2x minus 1, and here we have x squared plus x squared, that's 2x squared, right, minus x plus x squared minus 2x plus 1, right? So from here we have 2x minus 1, and here we have 2x squared plus x squared, that's 3x squared, minus x minus 2x, that's minus 3x, right, plus 1, plus 1. So from here, and remember it's equal to 0, equal to 0, equal to 0, equal to 0, right? So from here, this bracket will equal 0. We are now having another two cases under this case 1. So this bracket will equal to 0. So we have 2x minus 1 equals 0. And we have 3x squared minus 3x plus 1 equals to 0. So from here we can see 2x equals 0. This minus 1 will cross over here, plus 1. 2x equal 1, right? So from here we divide both sides by the coefficient of letter, which is 2, and then x equal 1 over 2, right? X equals 1 over 2. While for this other part of the work, this is a quadratic equation, right? A quadratic equation. Now for a quadratic equation, we use the quadratic formula, right? But before we use the quadratic formula, we will have to check if it's a positive number, right? So let's check it's a positive number by using the formula delta equals b squared minus 4ac, right? Using this formula, if it gives us a negative number, then we know that this equation is cancelled because we are not looking for negative number. So from here, b squared, this is a, b, and c, right? A, b, and c. So b squared is minus 3 squared minus 3 squared minus 4 times a is 3, times c is 1, right? So minus 3 squared, that's what? 9, minus 3 times 3, minus 4 times 3 times 1, that's 12. So this answer is giving us minus 3, which is what? Which is negative number. So we cancel this equation. So we have only this value here, x equals 1 over 2, right? That's what we have here. And for the other value, here we have, for the other value here we have for the case 2, for case 2 we had x raised to the power of 3. That was what was here, right? For case 2, remember case 2 here, that was what was here, so that's what we want to write. X raised to the power of 3, right? X raised to the power of 3, right, minus x minus 1 raised to the power of 3 equals 0. So this was what we had in case 2. This was what we had in case 2. So how do we go about it? From here we can see differences of two cubes, right? So we can see difference of two cubes here. When we have a cube minus b cube, it gives us a minus b bracket a squared plus ab plus b squared, right? So from here we'll just do that for the, you know, this is a and this is b, right? So for here we're going to do x minus 1, right, bracket x squared, right, plus x multiplied by x minus 1 plus x minus 1 squared, right? So that's what it's going to give us here. That's what we're going to have here. So for this other part, so we have x, this minus will open this bracket, minus x, minus times minus, we have plus 1, right? And here we have x squared, right? With this x will expand it here, x times x squared, x times minus 1 minus x, right, plus x minus 1 squared. You know, we did x minus 1 squared here at the other part. It gave us x squared. It gave us x squared minus 2x plus 1, right? So from here, x minus x cancelled, we have 1, right? So we have x squared plus x squared plus x squared, we have 3x squared minus x minus 2x, we have minus 3x, right? Plus 1 equals 0. Please don't forget equals 0 is here, right? So 1 times this is still giving us 3x squared minus 3x plus 1 equals 0. So this is another quadratic equation. This is another quadratic equation which we're going to check if it is going to give us a positive or negative number. So from here, we're using the formula delta equals b squared minus 4ac. So we did the same thing. It was like that in the previous what we did before, and it gave us minus 3 as a negative number, and we said it was cancelled, but let's redo it. So from here we have this is a b c, right? So b squared is minus 3 squared, right? You can remember now. 4 times a is 3, c is 1. So when you do it, it gives us 9 minus 12, which gives us minus 3, right? So we said it's negative number and we are not using it. So we have done all the values of x, and you can see that the value of x we got the other time here, was x equals 1 over 2, and this is the only positive integer we have. X equals 1 over 2, right? This was the only integer we have, so that's our value for x. Now let's check our work, right? So the question says x raised to the power of 6 equals x minus 1 raised to the power of 6. So we say x is 1 over 2, right? So we say 1 over 2 raised to the power of 6 equals x minus 1. That gives us 1 over 2 minus 1. Okay, it's 6. So 1 over 2, 1 raised to the power of 6 is 1, is still 1. 2 raised to the power of 6 is 64 equals 1 over 2 minus 1. It gives us minus 1 over 2 raised to the power of 6. Now minus 1 raised to the power of 6, we have minus 1 raised to the power of 6. That gives us minus 1 times minus 1 times minus 1 times minus 1 times minus 1, right? 1 2 3 4 5 times minus 1, right? So we have to look at the symbols very well. Minus times minus gives us plus, plus times minus gives us minus, minus times minus gives us plus, plus times minus gives us minus, minus times minus gives us plus. That gives us plus. 1 raised to the power of anything gives us 1. So we have 1 over 64 equals, so this becomes 1. 2 raised to the power of 6 equals 64. So this is correct. So the value for x in this equation is x equals 1 over 2, right? So that brings us to the end of our question here. That brings us to the end of this question. Please don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and please don't forget to share your thoughts about this video. Thank you very much.